Starting off at number 10, we have Kylie Minogue. Kylie Minogue and Kylie Jenner got in a huge legal battle over their names a few years ago. Basically, Jenner was trying to trademark the name Kylie, but she's obviously not the only person in the world with that name. According to the US Patent and Trademark Office, in 2015, Jenner tried to register Kylie in the US for advertising services and endorsement services. Minogue then had her team file for the registration to not go ahead as it would damage her own reputation. And in the legal documents, Minogue did not hold back, describing Jenner as a quote, secondary reality television personality, known for her quote, photographic exhibitionism and controversial posts on social media. Minogue then tweeted out quote, "Hello, my name is Kylie, #lightyears," insinuating that she's light years ahead of the reality star. And even though at the time Jenner deserved to lose the trademark, I wonder what would happen today now that the name Kylie is affiliated with Kylie Jenner a vast majority of the time. Let me know below. In at number 9, Forbes. News outlet Forbes was a huge part in getting Kylie Jenner the respect that her and her family wanted so badly. When they announced that she was the world's youngest billionaire, people changed their minds about the business Kylie was doing. But Forbes later publicly retracted those statements, saying that they were caught up in Kylie's web of lies, and she actually wasn't a billionaire after all. The bombshell came from documents that were made public when Coty purchased 51% of Kylie Cosmetics. That deal valued Kylie Cosmetics at nearly $1.2 billion and backed up the billionaire claims. But later, those documents showed that the company generated $125 million in sales for 2018. For example, despite the Jenner family leading Forbes to believe that it had generated $360 million. As a response, Kylie tweeted, quote, "I've never asked for any title or tried to lie my way there ever, period." Kylie then tried to change the subject by tweeting that there's more important things to be worrying about, and even though that's true, it was crazy to learn that her billionaire status was a Kardashian PR statement. Although she's still worth about $900 million, so I mean, still worth quite a lot. In at number 8, Paris Jackson. Paris Jackson is of course the daughter of the late Michael Jackson, and because of this she has a deep love and respect for music. So when she saw that Kendall and Kylie Jenner were selling t-shirts with various musical icons on them, she wasn't happy. The shirts featured musical legends like Notorious B.I.G., Tupac Shakur, The Doors, and Ozzy Osbourne. When talking about the scandal, she said, quote, "As a huge fan of Zeppelin, The Doors, Floyd, I mean these bands literally helped shape who I am today. I can't condone this fashion." Going on to explain that these legends should be respected and honored. And this was just one case of the girls using things that aren't theirs to make some money. And at number 7, Amandla Stenberg. As we know, Kylie and her family are famous for cultural appropriation and stealing looks from Black culture, then getting praised for it. Actress Amandla Stenberg was a celebrity who decided to stand up to Kylie after Kylie posted a picture wearing cornrows. Stenberg commented on Kylie's photo, quote, "When you appropriate Black features and culture, but fail to use your position of power to help Black Americans by directing attention towards your wigs instead of police brutality or racism. White girls do it better." Kylie clapped back saying, quote, "Mad if I don't, mad if I do. Go hang with Jaden or something," referring to their mutual friend Jaden Smith. But honestly, that was the weakest comeback I've literally ever seen. And at number 6, Danielle Bregoli / Bad Baby. Danielle Bregoli is known for being shady and taking aim at celebrities, so it was no surprise when she shaded Kylie in one of her music videos. The song was called These Hoes, and in the video there was a part where a girl that looked eerily similar to Kylie was getting lip and butt injections. And the whole point of the song is that she isn't like other LA girls, insinuating that Bregoli is not fake like Kylie is. And a little fun fact, so many people thought that the Kylie impersonator in the video was Tana Mojo, that Tana literally had to come out saying that it wasn't her. I guess this video was both shady to Kylie and Tana then. Halfway number 5, Keke Palmer. Keke Palmer slammed Kylie in a 2017 interview where she was talking about the importance of self-confidence and beauty on social media. In the interview, Keke said, quote, "Specifically the situation with Kylie, where you've had a young girl people have seen on television since she was a kid, and they literally told her she was so ugly, the ugly person in the family. She went and did apparently everything the world deems as beautiful. The even crazier part is that everyone loves her for it." Kylie never addressed the comments, but years later, Keke spoke about them again with Andy Cohen, but they're clarifying that their statements were not meant to be a dig at Kylie, but she was just one example, with Keke adding that all she wanted was for people to embrace their own bodies, not change just because people are telling them to. And at number 4, Amber Rose. Amber Rose was very outspoken when Kylie and Tyga started dating, because honestly, I think a lot of people were a little suspicious of their age gap, with Amber making comments that the relationship was wrong because of Kylie's young age. with Amber telling The Breakfast Club, quote, "She's a baby. She needs to go to bed at 7 o'clock and relax." Adding, "That's ridiculous. Tyga should be ashamed of himself. For sure, he's a beautiful woman and a baby, and left that for a 16-year-old who just turned 17. And at first the comments seemed to take aim at Tyga because he was the adult in the situation, but then the comments turned nasty towards Kylie when she said that he just left a beautiful woman and a child for a teenager. But I'm sorry, Amber's not wrong. That relationship was nasty. In at number 3, Ellen DeGeneres. Even though we can't trust anything Ellen says anymore, there was one point in time where Ellen was very annoyed with Kylie Jenner, and it proved how much of a diva that she can be. Ellen and the Kardashians are very close, with the Kardashians giving tons of exclusive interviews to Ellen. But Ellen might not be that fond of Kylie. In late 2015, Kylie was scheduled to appear on the show and apparently had 5 meltdowns before doing so. She also refused to use Ellen's glam team and brought her own instead, which meant Kylie needed extra dressing rooms. A source told Radar Online, quote, "Kylie also insisted that she have 2 VIP parking spots because she didn't want to walk from the parking structure to the studio, which is less than a block away." She also arrived late to film the show, and all that combined definitely shows some huge diva energy. And at number 2, Miley Cyrus. As we know, Miley Cyrus does not hold back when dishing out some good old shade. So a few years back, Miley posted a photo to her Instagram with her cleavage and signature pout. What's new, right? But then Miley decided to throw some shade by posting a photo of her pouting and pushing up her own cleavage with the caption, quote, "Do you think if I push my boobs up I'll get more followers?" Then to make it clear she was probably making fun of Kylie, she posted, quote, "Dear women, you all are tacky AF. Why don't we overly, myself included, fortunate women come together and try to create and bring jobs to other women in desperate need of them so they can support not only themselves but their families." And although she never called out Kylie by name, you didn't have to look too hard to see who she was calling out. In at number 1, Kanye West. This one might be the worst because Kylie actually turned her back on her own family in order to get some money. So Kanye owns Yeezy shoes, which is turned into a well-recognized shoe brand. But before that happened, Puma actually snagged Kylie to be in their new campaign, which happened to be Kanye's biggest competitor at the time. In an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kim said, quote, "Kanye had Kylie walk in his first 2 Adidas shows. He really believed in her as part of his brand. I feel like this was a conflict of interest." Kylie ended up getting a 7-figure deal with Puma, but lost the respect of Kanye along the way. Before the deal was finished, Kanye tweeted, quote, "1000% there will never be a Kylie Puma anything. That's on my family. 1000% Kylie is on Yeezy team." Then adding in another tweet, quote, "Puma, we're gonna give your measly $1 million back. Never try to divide the family." But now I'm sure he's learned his lesson to never trust Kylie because even after all of that, she took the Puma deal. In at number 10, Nick Lachey. Nick Lachey also exposed Kim for being a little too friendly with the paparazzi in order to get some publicity from him. The singer claims that Kim might have only been dating him for publicity. Apparently the pair only dated for about a week, and some shady stuff went down. One time he said, "Let's just say this, we went to a movie, no one followed us there. Somehow, mysteriously, when we left, there were 30 photographers waiting outside." And I think from that story, it's very clear that Kim was tipping off the paparazzi, so there would be photos of them together. And if you didn't already know, unless someone is like incredibly famous, if there are paparazzi when they are out, they definitely tipped off that paparazzi. In at number 9, Jon Hamm. The Mad Men star definitely has some choice words for the Kardashians, and based off what he said, it's clear he does not like the family and doesn't approve of how they rose to fame. With him telling LUK, whether it's Paris Hilton or Kim Kardashian or whoever, stupidity is certainly celebrated. Being an idiot is a valuable commodity in this culture because you're rewarded significantly. It's celebrated. It doesn't make sense to me. So clearly he doesn't like the reality TV stars whatsoever and doesn't like how our society praises socialites like Paris Hilton and the Kardashians. And like, I kinda get where he's going. Like, you know, he has some valid points. In at number 8, Kristin Cavallari. Kristin Cavallari has a very interesting relationship with the Kar Jenner clan. It all started when Kristin dated Brody Jenner, and through that relationship she also became friends with the Kardashians. But after Brody and Kristin broke up, there was tension between Kristin and Kourtney Kardashian. After Kourtney caught Scott out with Kristin while they were in an off period. And after that, Kristin called out the family for using that information as a publicity stunt to get viewers to their show. And allegedly after rumors broke that Kristin and Scott were having an affair, the Kardashians refused to deny it, and instead waited to address it on their show, leaving Kristin looking like, you know, the bad, terrible other woman, when it just wasn't even true. More than a little shady if you ask me. And at number 7, Barack Obama. Former President Barack Obama also couldn't hold his tongue when talking about the famous family. And it's definitely quite the compliment when the president is speaking about you. Or is it? The former president was talking about the changing dynamics of the American dream and how it's shifting with time, saying, "There was not that window into the lifestyles of the rich and famous. Kids weren't monitoring every day what Kim Kardashian was wearing or where Kanye West was going on vacation, and thinking that somehow was the mark of success." And ouch, here it's pretty obvious he was throwing some major shade their way. And he doesn't seem to like how they are now the standard for what success is. And apparently Kanye West did not like those comments and actually fired back at the president. But also, since Obama was a former president, you know, I trust his opinion and judgment way more than Kanye's. And at number 6, Kris Humphries. Kris Humphries was someone who probably challenged the Kardashian family the most and exposed secrets about them I'm sure they did not want out. Kim and Kris got married in one of the most lavish televised ceremonies ever, but famously after only 72 days, the couple split because Kim was having second thoughts. But based off how much content their reality shows got because of that relationship, then the breakup, Kris called Kim out for fraud, arguing that the whole relationship was just a publicity stunt. And their divorce was so messy it lasted 2 whole years before it was finalized. But during the massive trial, Kris exposed that a lot of the Kardashian show was scripted, and that the show purposefully made him look bad. Like when him and Scott threw a party in one episode while the girls were out of town, and they looked really horrible for going behind their backs when they told them not to have the party. The whole thing was actually just a huge sham, with Kim and Kourtney knowing about the party and acting like they didn't know for TV, in turn making Kris look like a terrible husband when it literally wasn't like that at all. Halfway at number 5, Rebel Wilson. Rebel Wilson revealed on a radio show that she was presented an opportunity to present an award with Kendall and Kylie Jenner, but Wilson ended up turning it down, with her saying in the interview, "I got asked to present with Kendall and Kylie at the recent VMAs and said no. It's not that you hate any of them individually, but it's just that everything they stand for is against everything I stand for, and they're not famous for talent. I've worked really hard to get where I've gotten to." And even though a lot of people who dislike the Kardashians share the same sentiments, Oprah Winfrey actually came to their defense against Wilson, if you can believe it, with Oprah saying that she couldn't believe how hard the family works, referencing when she filmed the family for Oprah's show, with crews taping the family for 7 hours straight, and then they filmed more of their reality show after. So as we all know, the Kardashian family really works very hard, even though it doesn't seem like they do too much. And at number 4, Bette Midler. After Kim uploaded her incredibly famous nude selfie where she covered her, nether regions with just like black bars, the internet went ablaze talking about it. One of the people that didn't hold their tongue was Bette Midler, who tweeted out, "Kim Kardashian tweeted a nude selfie today. If Kim wants us to see a part of her we've never seen, she's gonna have to swallow the camera." Which, come on, you have to admit, it's pretty hilarious. Like, even if you like the Kardashians, like, it's a good tweet. As a clapback, Kim tweeted out that it was past Bette's bedtime and that she was a fake friend. And Bette responded back, "Looks like anyone can take a selfie, but not everyone can take a joke." And then she lightened the tension by posting her own nude. When talking about the feud later, Bette had no hard feelings and said she takes Twitter pretty lightly and hoping that Kim did the same. Hopefully Kim wasn't actually too peeved about that. I mean, come on, it was clearly a joke. I don't know. And at number 3, Wendy Williams. If you watch Wendy's show, which I definitely do on occasion, she spills the tea like nobody else, then you know she does not like the Kardashians and is always very blunt when talking about them. But Wendy got the spot of a Kardashian hater when she made some shady comments about Kim after her robbery incident. And when talking about the incident in Paris, Wendy said, "I would hope that she's not making any part of this up for dramatic effect. Because this family, they're kind of soulless. You can't believe everything that you hear." But this was very, very upsetting. And although I do not agree with Wendy at all that the Paris incident was a publicity stunt, a lot of people did feel that the incident could have been exaggerated by the family for views, with people citing numerous times in the past that this has happened with the family. And again, I do not agree, but I mean, she just brought it up as kind of a possibility, and obviously, she loves to shade them whenever she can. And at number 2, Blac Chyna. Blac Chyna is another Kardashian ex who was ousted from the family after her and Rob's relationship ended. And you know that whatever went down was bad, because the family is still nice to Tristan and not Chyna, even though Tristan is arguably way worse and embarrassed them so much more. The first of the feud was surrounding the fact that Kylie started dating Tyga, who was Chyna's ex. Then Chyna started dating Rob, and then the two got engaged and then pregnant very quickly. But after they had Dream, the whole thing fell apart and Chyna and the Kardashians were facing off on social media. Chyna even filed a lawsuit against the family, claiming that they stopped her show Rob and Chyna from getting a second season. A judge dismissed that case, but Chyna still shades the Kardashians whenever she can. And at number 1, Anna Wintour. This last one is something that I had no idea existed, but it's probably the shadiest one of all. So Vogue is one of the most prestigious magazines to be on the cover of, and Kim Kardashian and Kanye West were put on the cover in a very controversial move by the magazine's editor, Anna Wintour. When talking about the criticism, she noted that it would be a misstep to ignore the couple's influence, and she made the choice to lead and deal with the backlash rather than follow. And all of that praise to the couple is, all well and good, until she gives them quite a backhanded compliment, saying, "I think if we just remain deeply tasteful and just put deeply tasteful people on the cover, it would be a rather boring magazine. Nobody would talk about us." And although I totally get what she's trying to say, calling the couple, deeply untasteful is definitely more than a little shady. But I mean, if anyone can shade anyone, it's Anna Wintour. She can shade whoever she wants. First up, Taylor Swift. Initially, Taylor Swift's feud only started between her and Kanye, but as time went on and Kanye married Kim Kardashian, she also got involved in this nasty feud, even leaking the tape that would make the whole thing infamous for years to come. We all know about the epic feud between Taylor and Kanye that has only gotten worse with time. It all started on September 13th of 2009 at the VMAs. Taylor went up to accept her award when Kanye ran up on stage, stole the mic, and said, quote,
I'm really happy for you, I'm gonna let you finish, but Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
This horrible decision led to the decade-long feud. The next day, Kanye apologized, but later rescinded this apology, claiming he'd be forced into it. After a few years of no drama, the pair seemed to be friendly again. There were even photos of Kanye sending Taylor flowers and Instagram captions calling each other BFFs. But of course, that did not last long. It all changed when Kanye dropped The Life of Pablo. In the song Famous, Kanye referenced Taylor in the song, saying they still might sleep together and calling her the B word. Taylor immediately fired back and claimed she had not approved these lyrics being in the song, and she was offended by what Kanye said about her. The public immediately took Taylor's side. However, Kanye claimed that he had asked Taylor about the lyrics and she did approve everything. After the he said, she said went on for days, Kim came to the rescue to set the record straight. Kanye's wife, Kim Kardashian, posted videos of Taylor and Kanye discussing the song on Snapchat, with the latter sounding like she approved it and making Taylor look like a huge liar. Kim then said in an interview at that time, quote, "She totally approved that. She wanted to all of a sudden act like she didn't. I swear my husband gets so much crap for things when he really was doing proper protocol and even called her to get approval." Taylor then released her own statement admitting she did hear the song before, but she didn't know she would be called the B word in this song. After a year of disappearance, in August of 2017, Taylor responded with the track Look What You Made Me Do, aiming tons of insults Kim and Kanye's way. And the feud is still not resolved. Pete Davidson. Pete Davidson is unfortunately stuck in the middle of the nasty divorce between Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. Since they separated last year, it's obvious to anyone watching that Kanye does not want the relationship with Kim to be over, and he's doing everything possible to get his wife back. But unfortunately for him, Kim has already moved on with another man, Pete Davidson. Since Kim has started publicly dating Pete Davidson following her divorce from Kanye, Kanye's latest target is Pete. Because it's clear that Kanye wants Kim back, and Pete is now standing in the way. In a track released last week by West and The Game, Ye rapped, "God save me from that crash just so I could beat Pete Davidson's ass," referring to his 2002 car crash. Kanye also trashed Kim during an interview, saying, quote, "How you gonna bring me up to SNL and then kiss the dude you're dating right in front of me?" Then last weekend, while at the Super Bowl, Kanye continued to post constantly to Instagram, dissing Pete. Kanye accused Pete of being Hillary Clinton's ex and claimed Pete is just a chess piece in the overall picture. Kanye also posted a photo of Pete in his underwear and wrote that Pete will never meet his children. Kanye also told his fans to attack Pete when they see him in the streets and yell, "Kim Ye forever," although he later took that back when his ex Kim texted him and told him to stop. At this very moment, Pete might be rethinking his relationship with Kim, because to Kanye fans, he looks like the person standing in the way of Kanye's family. Next up, Drake. This is easily Kanye's most notorious feud that came to a head once again in 2021 during the release of both Drake and Kanye's 2021 albums. But this feud started way back. At one point, Kim even got caught in the middle and publicly came out to defend her family. Back in 2009, these two were friends and often spoke of how much they respected one another's work, but sadly over time that started to change, and the pair started taking shady digs at one another, like when Drake started dating Amber Rose shortly after her and Kanye split up. But things looked good once again in 2015 when they collaborated on a Big Sean song and even hinted at a collaboration album. But things got tense once again in 2018 when Pusha T released a diss track, Infrared, which Kanye produced. The song accused Drake of having a ghostwriter, then shortly after Pusha dropped the story of Adidon, which exposed that Drake had a love child he was keeping from the world. The pair got into another feud when Drake seemingly referenced Kim Kardashian on his song, calling the woman Kiki, a common nickname for Kim Kardashian. After rumors swirled that Kiki was Kim Kardashian and Drake did not deny it, Kanye went off, publicly calling out Drake for starting rumors about cheating with his wife. Then after a rumor started that Drake was threatening to hurt Kanye and his family, Kim tweeted directly to Drake, saying, quote, "Never threaten my husband or our family. He paved the way for there to be a Drake. My husband is the most brilliant person, the most genius person that I know. He's broken so many boundaries, everything from music, stage design, fashion, and culture, and will continue to change the world." Things were turned up once again in 2021 after Drake dissed Kanye on a song. In response, Kanye doxed Drake and shared the exact location of Drake's Toronto home. But in the end, the pair are friends now and performed together at the Free Larry Hoover benefit concert. Ray J. Ray J is infamous for his relationship with Kim Kardashian that spawned the tape that made her famous. And sadly, that fact has caused Kanye to attack Ray J in the media whenever he gets the chance. Kanye and Ray J have been in a long-running feud surrounding Ray J's former relationship with Kim Kardashian and their infamous adult tape. The feud reignited recently after Kanye claimed that he got a second copy of the tape from Ray J and saved Kim from that embarrassment. Kanye has also called out Ray J in a number of songs. In 2016, he rapped, quote, "I bet me and Ray J would be friends if we didn't like the same. Yeah, he might have hit it first, only problem is I'm rich." Allegations were made by Ray J's former manager, Wack 100, on a podcast that there was a part 2 of their tape that Ray J still owned. Both Kim and Ray J shot down these rumors, but they were brought up once again by Kanye. He told Hollywood Unlocked, quote, "I went and got the laptop from Ray J myself that night. I met this man at the airport, then got on a red-eye flight, came back and delivered it to her at 8 a.m. in the morning." Ye went on to say that after he delivered the laptop to Kim, she cried when she saw the footage. Kim's team later clarified that there was no other unseen footage on the recently acquired tape, and basically Kanye was lying. Ray J also spoke out against Kanye, who unnecessarily brought up this frustrating topic. He wrote on Twitter, quote, "This needs to stop, I also have kids." Clearly, Kanye does not mind trashing Ray J or anyone else for that matter's name in the media if that means he can still get his ex-wife back. North West. If all you could see on social media over the Super Bowl weekend was Kanye West ranting about Kim Kardashian, you're not alone. But you might be interested to learn that the whole thing actually started because of North West's TikTok. If you didn't already know, North West, who is only 8 years old, has a TikTok account that she shares with her mother Kim. But Kanye hates this and does not want his kid on TikTok. He posted to Instagram a screenshot of North on TikTok, writing in the caption, quote, "Since this is my first divorce, I need to know what I should do, but my daughter being put on TikTok against my will." Kim then clapped back herself, writing, quote, "Kanye's constant attacks on me in interviews and on social media is actually more hurtful than any TikTok North might create. Divorce is difficult enough on our children, and Kanye's obsession with trying to control and manipulate our situation is so negatively and publicly, it's only causing further pain for all. From the beginning, I've wanted nothing but a healthy and supportive co-parenting relationship because it's what's best for our children, and it saddens me that Kanye continues to make it impossible every step of the way." As of now, it seems the couple is still fighting over their custody arrangement and similar matters relating to their family dynamic. It's proving that they are not co-parenting as well as they originally led us to believe.